Should you ask her to be your girlfriend or not? So I've been part of the online men's dating community for quite some time now, and one of the topics at hand is, how do you go about getting a girl to lock it down with you, or should you even do that to begin with? And the conventional wisdom up to this point has been, see a girl once a week, do your job as a man, and create good feelings in her to make it to the point where she almost can't resist just asking you, hey, what are we? Because she wants to take you off the market. She doesn't like the idea of you seeing other women. Now, this is actually fabulous advice, right? Because if you as the man are the one getting all up in your feels, chances are you're not creating the feelings in that woman, which is going to be the thing that propels her to want to take you off the market. The only problem is not every single girl is going to buckle to that pressure. And so what you need to know as a man is that, yes, you should see a girl at least once a week and, let her do most of the texting. And, when you're with each other, give her your full presence, ask genuine questions, get to know this woman and, see other women in the meantime up to the point where she hopefully asks you, hey, what are we? But not every girl does that. So what I say is that, yes, you should follow this process of seeing a girl once a week and doing all these things. Okay. But when you get to that point where you expect her to ask you, hey, what are we? And if she doesn't do it, you need to be prepared to do the job yourself. Let me explain why. When I met my wife, I was seeing a different girl for every day of the week. And matter of fact, the day that I met her, I just hooked up with some other girl like at lunch that day. And because I had gone on a 1.5 year intentional search to find the right girl, I was getting so good at dating that I was literally seeing a different girl for every day of the week. Now, most guys don't have that problem, so most guys don't have to deal with that. But for me, if I was constantly filling my time with all these other girls, but I really liked, the girl that was going to be my wife, and she could sense that I was otherwise consumed with all these other girls, and if I just played that out to the end, I might have missed my window to lock it down with the girl that I wanted most. So what I did was I started to subcommunicate things. I knew that she would watch some of my Facebook Lives, so I would talk about the subject on that. When we hung out on our third date, I started to insert little things to do the conversation that would become feelers for me to figure out where she was at mentally. And ultimately, I decided to ask her because I felt like there were so many other girls in my space that if I were to continue on down the path that I'd been on, which is drumming up this female fan club, ultimately I was going to send this message to her that I was basically a fuckboy and that there's no future for us. And believe me, after 1.5 years of dating, I didn't want to lose the opportunity with the one that I liked the best out of all the girls I had been out on dates with. So yes, try to get that girl to ask you, hey, what are we? But if she doesn't, be prepared to do the job yourself.